Andrew's up next, and before you get down here, there is an after party tonight, and it starts at 7:30, correct? Does that sound right? 7-ish at Des Moines Amplified. 7 at Des Moines Amplified, and there will be drinks. Yeah? He's nodding his head. Okay. So Andrew's up next, the best dressed man in the room here. Check out these pants.
Fancy pants. Fancy pants. On your guide, it says Sandy Renshaw, and unfortunately she is having back problems, chiropractor, all that fun stuff, and is feeling extremely ill. So whoever's tweeting, whoever's sending out messages, if you want to send her a hat tip and say, get better, that would be a really good use of your time right now, because I have no idea what I'm talking about. Now, what we've been talking about today is using social media, and what hasn't been said really is how your brand stands out when you're using social media. Somebody earlier said it's the true definition of your brand, your personal brand. My name's Andrew Clark. I've been doing the social media thing since about 2006. I started a little blog called The Brand Chef, and I did it as more of a cathartic counseling type thing, self-counseling, because I was in a situation where my personal brand was about to be snuffed. We've all kind of heard about the stories of people working in Cubicleville, and those of us who are creative that can't survive in those situations, and those that have escaped and those that have not. And so what I did from a cathartic standpoint was started The Brand Chef. My background is 25 years in the agency world. Started out of college as a photographer and illustrator, wanted to be the next Ansel Adams, wanted to be a cartoonist. If you guys know who Berkeley Breathed is, he did Bloom County. Yep, I was that. Oh, say again? Nope, that was Gary Larson, yes. But I wanted to be Gary Larson, too. I had a yes. I had a cartoon called Zygote Humor. And for those of you who are biology, you guys kind of know what a zygote is. Anyway, I went to the Museum School of Fine Art in Boston. I had the long hair. I grew the beard back because it's in fashion now. But long hair, black trench coat. I wanted to be an artist. Then I got back to Des Moines, Iowa, and realized that I stuck out like a sore thumb and was persecuted beyond belief when I went to get jobs. Nobody wanted an artist. They wanted a typesetter. This was before computers, so I was like picking up stuff and rubbing letters onto backgrounds. It was horrible. So I got through that. I succeeded in becoming an art director, creative director, agency after agency, and it was still not rewarding. And so I went to a small group that met over at Panera a number of years ago and ran into a guy named Drew McClellan. You might have seen him earlier. And he'd said, you got something to say, put it in a blog. And so I did. I started The Brand Chef. And 2 months later, I'm still blogging away 2 or 3 times a week and not a single comment. Doing what I'm calling yelling into the chasm. Hi, everybody, I do this, and that's what I do. Nobody wanted to talk to me. Finally wrote a post about, I think the post was on how Hispanic marketing was becoming mainstream in the Midwest. And Drew jumped on my blog and said, nice job, Andrew. I thought I'd hit the big time. Drew McClellan just commented on my blog, the first person ever to comment on Brand Chef. But that gave me hope. And so what I did was I started developing ideas and theories on why the social media tool can help personal brands and help people like me that were being snuffed out in the creative world, that wanted to be in the creative world, that were snuffed out in the corporate world. And so I landed on this theory called true branding. It's an acronym, 4 steps that if you follow painfully, diligently, discipline, that you're going to be a happier person in your career, in your life, in your love life. Apply it to everything. But true branding stands for 4 things. Truth, fairly obvious. relevance, be relevant, be unique, and be engaging. 4 things that build a good brand. Very simple things, very common things, but it's all things that we've all been talking about this afternoon. Cassie talked about public speaking wanting to be one of the things that she did before she kicked the bucket or bucket list. And I've heard that public speaking is likened to death. People would rather die than get up in front of a crowd and talk. I'm completely the other side. I was in theater. I love it. I'm standing up here without notes, without ideas. I thrive on it. But I got great looking pants. I wore these pants today knowing that somebody would comment. I wanted someone to notice me. That's how desperate for attention I am. Middle child, picked on, bullied. Now look at me. I wear loud pants. So Sean just left, talked about how the personal brand and the corporate brand are completely different. And that's how True works. If you're truthful, relevant, unique, and engaging, your personal brand will take over. If you work for principle, if you push papers all day long, if you're a bean counter, as long as you're truthful, relevant, unique, and engaging about doing that, you'll be the top of the list. So be truthful. When I take my clients through this true branding process, it's a discernment process that I coach them through. This is the thing we talk about. Be truthful. Don't say that you're one thing when you're really another. They're going to figure it out. People are not stupid, especially on social media. They're going to sniff out a fake in about 2 seconds. They'll just look at your blog. They'll look at your website. If things don't match, boom, you're done. So be truthful. It doesn't hurt. If you don't like who you are, change it. It's another thing. I didn't like who I was. Changed it. Got out of there. Be relevant. If you're marketing to a group of people that need fire suppression, you're not going to be talking about cooking brownies at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. You might. It might be engaging. Somebody this morning talked about putting recipes on her blog, but that was engaging on a personal level, not a corporate level. For true branding, to be relevant, to pull that market, to that interest, you need to understand what they're wanting. Read a book the other day about the shift in paradigm from traditional supply and demand marketing to demand to supply marketing. It's called How Companies Win. It's a very good book. I advise picking it up and reading it. It's a short read. But social media has turned that around. We used to have a warehouse full of stuff that we would market to people. Buy our stuff, buy our stuff. We've got thousands. Our shelves are always stocked. Come on in. Anymore, it's, I've heard this demographic wants this kind of thing. We now produce that. And it's not reaction. It's not knee-jerk marketing. It's not, oh my God, this is the next big thing. I'm not going to be the next person that comes up with the next Facebook, but people are going to demand it, so you need to listen and be relevant. Unique. Unique. The pants are unique. I stand out. I want to stand out. You want your brand to stand out. If it doesn't stand out, you're just adding to the noise, and there is absolutely no point in that whatsoever. If I looked like every other marketing company in the world, if Create Wow didn't actually create wow, or people that said, wow, that's a cool idea, I'm wasting my time. And finally, be engaging. And that's where all these social media tools come from. Create Wow Marketing, the company that I own, builds those tools. We coach you through it. We give you the experience. We give you the foundation, the truth, the relevance, how to be unique. And then we build those tools for you to engage your customers where they are. If your customers aren't on Facebook, we're not going to make you a Facebook page. I'm sorry. We will say no. Might give you a brochure. Everybody's got a brochure. Everybody's got a website. But if your brand fits it and it's true, then we'll do it for you. There's no right or wrong to your personal brand or how you use it in social media, as long as it's true. So that's what I have for you today. Thank you very much.